Hello, my name is Andrew Hennessy and welcome to the Outshore channel. Today I'd like to have a look, just a quick look, at what seems to be wrong with all our NASA footage. Now we know there's nerds, there's Photoshop, there's NASA Photoshop artists, there's all sorts of stuff. You couldn't really say, if you looked at NASA footage, that you couldn't put your hand on your heart and say it was genuine no matter how bizarre it looked. Gophers in donkey jackets, Venus de Milo's posing on rocks. Some of that's got to be genuine and some of it has got to be as fake as all get out. Now, one of the trends over the last few years has been for people to point out huge planet-sized spaceships in the solar system. And I mean, if you look at the NASA stereo sun cameras and LASCO and SOHO sun cameras and all that, you will find these enormous looking ships sitting by the sun, the size of the planet Jupiter. Perhaps these are actually not actually ships at all, but they're holograms. Phenomenon has been known to take place in miniature, tiny little things only meters from the camera. So if these kind of fairy photographs can take place on Earth, it might be that if this stuff's happening on the ground in Earth, it could also happen in space as well. That you might well be getting hoaxed and scammed with tiny little miniature theatre taking place only yards from the camera. That can happen as well. I mean, we're dealing with alien civilizations that can do absolutely anything with technology and matter, and they can bend your mind, they can bend technology, they can even reprogram NASA probes with new computer language as well. Had all this as well, so they can they can easily fake some footage if they want to, and they've probably been doing that as well. Now, one of the latest things that have turned up in April 2015 has been this huge, it's the appearance of a huge big stalk of briar or rose stem UFO. Call it the rose stem UFO. I mean, in the same way that this stuff is probably generating crop circle patterns as well, highly complicated crop circle patterns, there's no reason that it can't just also create these briar holographic UFOs. Now, what's the story behind a holographic UFO? I know that the lizards are running, they're very happy to let us know that, but as well as running the shop, they've also closed the door on us as well. Because what they're saying really with this new hologram is that well, rather than do a crop circle, they've done a big hologram in space for the International Space Station to photograph. And what this hologram seems to be saying is, there's no way out. There's no olive branch being offered to you guys. This is a rose, and would you grasp this rose by the thorns? Because the consequences could be quite serious if you do. So, intimidating, threatening holograms. What more can we want? And there certainly is a move to disclosure, but just exactly what's being disclosed is very dubious. You're getting people coming forward, maybe admitting that the governments and this and that have been selling us out and doing experimentation and all sorts of other nasty things. But right now, I mean, our aliens from Star Trek are not exactly turning up with the olive branch of a federation. Rather than that, we're getting the most deceiving and distressing sounding stuff. Maybe the military are back engineering stuff, but maybe just the fact that it's a phenomenon that nobody really has any control over. Well, that's the theory, but when you look at what's actually running this planet is well controlled. It's just a question of, do the human race get a break? Might not come from this federation or this dimension, might come from angelic realms above, is what I'm saying.